Well, welcome to this recording for Unit 3. This is to explain the 4 projects that you'll do as part of the Documents unit in Computer Fundamentals A. So you can see on the left over here you have Project 1 assignment, Project 2 assignment, Project 3 assignment, Project 4 assignment. Now they build off of each other, so I'm going to explain the work that you'll do. So let's go up here to Project 1. And this is just about basic word processing, and then you're going to do some formatting and things like that. So don't do any extra formatting until you're told to in the assignment. So if you look at this is project assignment number 1. And what you're going to do, you're going to create a document for a fictional science experiment for a science class that you might have. So the first thing you're going to do is you would open up your word processing document, save it with this name, Science Experiment 1, and save it into your Computer Fundamentals folder. And what you're going to do with this document, you're going to type a title at the top explaining your experiment. So as an example, maybe I would do an experiment to see if sparrows like peanut butter better than jelly. So my title might be peanut butter versus jelly, which do birds enjoy? That might be the title of my science experiment. Then I'm going to hit enter and I'm going to put my name. Then I'm going to hit enter again and I'll put today's date. So those are all one right on top of each other. I'm not putting any extra spaces in. I'm not formatting the text. I'm not doing anything fancy. It's all going to be over at the left-hand side of the screen. I'm not centering it or anything because you're going to do a bunch of that stuff later on. So you just put this just at the left-hand side, just in standard text. Then you're going to hit enter after you put the date in, and you're going to type a paragraph describing the objective of your experiment. So as this says, feel free. So you can do a silly experiment. Last year I had a girl that did an experiment. She wanted to see how long her hair conditioner would last. So she tracked dates. That was her experiment, to see how long it would last in her showers and hair washings and things. So you can do something fun or you can do a real experiment. And so feel free to be creative. So now you're going to write a paragraph. Should be at least 5 lines of that paragraph. So I would put in the objective of if I'm doing the bird feeding one, the objective of my experiment is to see if birds like peanut butter more than they like jelly. I have lots of birds and then I would explain, I have lots of birds that come into my yard looking for bird seeds and things like that. So the idea is to see what else they might eat. And in this experiment, then I would put out 2 different cups, one with peanut butter and one with jelly. Then I would sit and count the birds that come to each one. That would be one way to measure. The other way that I would measure is that I could weigh the peanut butter that I use and the jelly that I use, and then at the end of the day I could weigh them again to see which one, if they were equal weight, see which one has more that's been eaten, more that's gone. So that would be the paragraph that I would create. And then I would put, obviously I would put my theory or my hypothesis is that birds will eat more peanut butter than they will jelly. So you always want to put a hypothesis in. So I'd write all that, then I would save it again, resave it as this name, then I would submit it as text in the drop, or as a file, and attached file in the Dropbox. So again, you're going to type all this stuff like at the left-hand side of the screen. You're not going to do any formatting on the text or anything like that. 0 formatting on this. So that's assignment 1. Now if we go to assignment 2, project assignment 2, this is all about changing some fonts. So you're going to open up assignment 1, and you're going to immediately save it as Science Experiment 2. So now you're going to have 2 documents, right? So now you'll immediately save it as Science Experiment 2. So now you'll go into it and you'll highlight your title and make it large and give it a different typeface. Your name, you will just put your name in bold. Your date, a different color than the rest of your document, and the date will be in italics. And the objectives, you should underline 2 key points of your objective. So that's all you're doing. Now, on the underlining 2 key points. That does not mean underline 2 full sentences. Underlining 2 key points might be, like if in my experiment, I might just underline the word peanut butter and then the word jelly, because those are two key things about my experiment, right? So you're just going to underline like 2 or 3 words that will show emphasis for what your experiment is about. So I don't want sentences underlined. So this is pretty easy to do this formatting. This will probably take you about 3 minutes, right? But follow these directions. Still, you can see you're not centering anything, you're not doing anything special except what they tell you to do here. Now as we get down to project 3 assignment, well, similar to the other one. So in project 3, you're going to open up science experiment 2, then you'll immediately save it as science experiment 3. And so you've created a new document, haven't you? Now you're going to highlight the title, the name, and the date of your report. You're going to highlight and make them go to the center. Remember, use the centering command in Word, in your word processing program. Don't just push the space button to get them to the center. Use the centering command. And on all of these, there's a lesson, like right here, section 3, creating a document. So this lesson talks about how to create a document. Section 4, formatting fonts. This lesson part talks about how to do fonts and such. Section 5 talks about formatting paragraphs. So I would suggest that you look at these lessons prior to doing the work. So anyway, title, name, and date is going to be centered. Add a procedure, which is a number list. You should have 6 steps. So what you're going to do after your date, or after your date which you've centered, then you're going to put a bulleted procedures list. So like mine, my procedures would be number 1, find a good location to put my 2 feeder bowls. Number 2, measure out the same weight of jelly and peanut butter. Step number 3, attach the bowls to the feeder station. Step number 4, check the time. Step number 5, step number 6. So I would put the steps in there. And the thing you do when you type these steps to make a numbered list, so you type them in, they're going to be different lines, then you highlight both of them, and then you make a numbered list. So if we look right here, see, this is a bulleted list. See those bullets right here? Those are bullets. Yours is going to be a numbered list where we'll automatically, the program will put the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in automatically. And you do that through the bullets command in your word processor. Now if you go through section 5 right here, section 5 in the lesson will tell you how to do bullets. And you're going to do a numbered list bullet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The objective paragraph, double space. So you're going to have your name, title, and date at the top centered. Then you're going to have your procedures list. Then down below your procedures list, you're going to have that objective paragraph that you created previously. You're going to highlight that objective paragraph, and then you can probably right-click, and you can't see that here because I'm not in a word processor, but then you change it to be double-spaced. And you can also find that in this section 5. It talks about how to do double spacing. And most of you know how to do that. You don't just put spaces between the lines yourself. You make the computer do double spacing for you. So that's science experiment 3. So you turn that to the correct drop box. Then finally, assignment 4. So now we're here on assignment 4, and you're going to open, of course, assignment 3. Then you immediately save it as assignment 4. That way you have a new document. And what it's going to do is you're going to go find some clip art that fits your science experiment. So I might go find some clip art that shows some peanut butter and jelly, or clip art that might show a bird at a feeder or something like that. So I would take that clip art, then I would copy and paste it into my document, probably like in the top right-hand corner of my document or top left corner. You want to place it and make sure it's a reasonable size. And you're going to make sure that if you take it off of a website, which most of you will, you need to cite your reference. So the way you'll do that, I'll show you here. I'll do a quick Google search, and I'll just put, so I'm going to do images, bird feeder. So here's an image of a bird feeder. So I'll just take this one. So I find it right here, then I right click, and I can copy the image and paste it right into my document. Now I need to get I found this on the web, so I need to go to it. So I go right here, then I click on the picture. Now this takes me right to the web page where this lives. So that picture is on this web page. So I would need to go to the top of this web page, and this is the web address that I would use to cite where I found it. So then I would right click, copy, then I'd go back to my word processor where I put that image, and underneath the image I would paste this web address in there, because that is the proper way to cite that image. So you need to use the web page where that image actually lives. So if I scroll down, I'll see the picture of that image. There's the picture of that image. Now, just to show you that just because I do a Google search, this right here, see this whole address? That's the Google search address. That is not where the image lives. So again, you need to click on the image, go to the exact web page where that image lives, and then that is the information you copy to put into the word processor. That is properly citing your reference. So you put the picture in. If you're page numbering, you want to do page numbering, so that it shows the page number probably down in the bottom center of it, and you do not do the page numbering manually by yourself. You use the page numbering command that works in your word processor. So section 6, more formatting, this will talk about how to put page numbering in. So you do all this formatting work you do by letting the program do it, the word processing program do it automatically with the different commands that the word processor has. So that's the way that you do all this work. And when I talk about the different commands that the word processor has, you're right up here at the top. I'm in my word processor, and like if I wanted to put numbered bullets in, I'll just show you the example of that. So I can highlight that, and then I can right click. I can do paragraph, I can do bullets. Right here I can go down here to define new bullets, and that's not giving me the numbered bullets, so I can actually go right up here on my screen, and there's numbered bullet list automatically. So you do things automatically. If I wanted, like if this was going to be the top of all my information with my name, report, title, and everything, there's how I would center those. There's how I would make things italics. So this obviously isn't the document you're going to be doing, but I just wanted to look at a sample document just to show you how you might do some of that work. But bottom line of this is that you just follow these directions, you'll get 100% pretty easily. Just do all the work correctly right from the start. You won't have any problems with it. Now, I would suggest that if you have any doubts, make sure you get your project 1 graded first before you move on to project 2. I've seen students in the past where they do project 1, 2, 3, and 4 all right in a row, and then when I grade project 1 it has errors and they have to go change project 2, project 3, project 4. So wait till you get one of them. If you have any doubts, wait till you get the first one graded before you move on to the next one, unless you think you have it all done perfectly. Okay, that's all I have for you. Thanks for watching, and I hope this helps. Bye.